Sup, listeners? It's Filmgazm bonus episode 7. Young Guns. 80s cheesy western starring the Brat Pack, Emilio Estevez, Charlie Sheen, Diamond Phillips, Kiefer Sutherland, Dermot Mulroney. And this is our connector to Maximum Overdrive. And feel free to explain that connection.
Yeah, we had Maximum Overdrive, 1986, Stephen King classic.
Oh, yeah. Undisputed classic.
And then here we have 1988, 2 years later, very 80s as well. These movies are both very, very ultra 80s. And we got the Mighty Duckman. Emilio Estevez appears in both of them. That's why we chose it. And a big part of it was I knew you hadn't seen Young Guns.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking fun watch.
It is.
Very, very entertaining. And at times gets pretty violent and pretty intense. And that's what you want to see in westerns. So I knew you needed to see it. And it's a fun one to talk about here on Filmgazm for a bonus. So
and that's what the bonus is all about. Just fun shit that we feel like riffing about.
Hell yeah.
And without further ado, I'm Connor Eyzaguirre.
I'm Austin Johnson.
This is Filmgazm. Young Guns came out in 1988. It was met with kind of mixed reviews, but was a successful enough to warrant a sequel, Young Guns 2 in 1990. And it's lived on as a cult classic, and to many people, it's a great Western. And admittedly, yeah, it is a fun Western.
Yeah, it's a very memorable Western as well, because that genre can kind of get lost, or maybe or some of the films you don't quite know if they are true Westerns. Connor and I we've talked about, there's like certain like something like Dances with Wolves is like, not really. I mean,
and we did a shit ton of westerns for the John Wayne episode.
Yeah. So it's a tough genre, like subgenre, and I think Young Guns is like one of the standouts.
Yeah,
because of the grittiness and the almost like comic book feel to it.
See, without seeing it, I never would have thought that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. You have to.
I told my mom that you would. Decided to do Young Guns as the bonus, and she's like, "What? Young Guns? Yeah. That movie's so ridiculous and so cheesy, and like, why would you watch that?" And I'm like, "Well, okay, tell me what you really think."
Damn,
don't oversell it, Ma. Jeez.
Damn, Ma.
So and then I watched it, and I'm like, "You didn't tell me this was badass." I was calling her like, "This is the Billy the Kid story."
Yeah, you didn't tell me there's 6 fucking awesome ass actors in it too, man. Yeah,
like damn.
Yeah, great cast, and that's right. My favorite scene of the film is the intro when they're introducing all of these awesome actors as who they are.
It feels like the intro of a spaghetti western.
Yes, it's really amazing, and it's got these guys that we didn't know how big they were going to become. Got Kiefer Sutherland. These guys who kept ruling in the '90s and on.
Is this the only thing that Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen did together? Because it's the first thing I've ever seen with them together. I don't know if they ever did anything else.
From off the top of my head, I think that's right.
Whew.
Crazy. Yeah, obviously that's Martin Sheen's. Martin Sheen's kids. I mean
Emilio and Carlos Estevez.
And then you got Kiefer Sutherland, who's obviously Donald's son. So the Brat Pack is filled with these stars of stars.
And this is cool. This is 80s Kiefer as a good guy, which is very strange. This is fresh off Stand By Me and the Lost Boys.
Ugh,
so man. He's, the 80s asshole.
Yeah.
And it was weird seeing him in a heroic light.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. I've never watched 24, so I don't know Kiefer that well.
I've watched a couple episodes because I had a friend who watched it. I never really got into it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was one of those kind of like you're obsessed with it or you never really bothered.
Yeah, and it's not something you're going to go back now and I'm just going to binge through 24. There's far too much TV happening currently to even fucking keep up. So
yeah.
I want to point out Charlie Cain, or is that his name?
Christopher Cain.
Christopher Cain, sorry. I have not seen any other movie he's directed. He's directed around 20 films. I've not seen any of them. Have you off these? You got Korean Jury?
No, I have not.
Next Karate Kid, have you seen that?
The Next Karate Kid, wow.
Yeah, 1994.
Aiming high, isn't he?
Yeah, like what? A lot of these I haven't even heard of.
5 episodes of the Magnificent Seven TV series.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a TV series. Yeah, wow.
And most recently, Deep in the Heart, starring Kiefer Sutherland. So
he didn't even do Young Guns 2.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird. This is definitely the movie that people will remember him by.
Yeah,
the only movie people remember him by. Lots of fun. What's as this movie started, were you kind of like, oh shit, here comes an hour and a half of cheese, or were you like, here we go, buckle up, let's go?
I had conflicting thoughts. As soon as the intro started, I was very much like, oh boy, okay, here we go. But then it actually started, and we met Terrence Stamp and Emilio, and I started.
When you realize who Emilio is,
once I realized like, oh, William Bonney, oh shit, I started paying attention, and I'm like, this is going to be cool because I love the Billy the Kid story,
of course,
and I've wanted to see a good version of it. And the only one I've had so far is The Kid from earlier this year, which was a real bad version of it.
Bad, yeah.
Not to disparage Dane DeHaan's performance or Ethan Hawke's performance, they did a decent job. Just they didn't capture the story correctly. And Young Guns did a really good job.
Hell yeah!
Like Emilio really straddles the line between antihero and psychopath very well.
Yes. And I love the scenes where like he's reading, and everyone's like shocked. Emilio does really really good job of like of having like layers to this character. It's really cool.
Yeah. Before this movie, all I'd seen of Emilio is Maximum Overdrive and The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So I didn't have much reference for him.
Again, you guys know from our Wednesday podcast on Overdrive, I'm a big Mighty Ducks fan.
Yeah.
The old Gordon Bombay. I've always wanted a pair. At one point in Mighty Ducks 2, his character explains that he wants to make a loafer for kids who want to coach. A shoe called the Air Gordon Bombay. And as a kid, I was like, I fucking want a pair. I want a pair of those. And guess who he's talking to? Who he's pitching that to? Famous basketball player, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh my god!
Legend not only on the court, but a guy who appeared in Airplane, of course.
Oh yeah,
good old Murdoch. So
I gotta see this movie.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, insanity.
I'm not usually one for sports movies. I usually need a lot of convincing, but I think you've convinced me. I'll check this out.
Mighty Ducks is like a staple of the 90s. Yeah. And it has a lot of really cool references to pop culture in the 90s. And all the kids that are acting they're so entertaining, so much fun. You would love it off of just sheer the characters of how fun everybody is.
Sweet.
So whenever you decide to go down that road, let me know. I'll bring them over. We'll watch them.
Will do. I'll let you know.
I'm a huge fan. I still don't know which one's my favorite. That's what's great about it. D2 is like always seen as like the big one. But, I love some aspects of the first one. And there's some kids in the first one that aren't in the second one. So it's like you got some characters that were great in that first one who didn't quite make it to the second one. It's tough. I'll say that for another time, I guess.
Sweet. Well, there's also Charlie Sheen, of course.
Yeah.
And we all fucking know Charlie Sheen. But, in the 80s, he used to be somebody. And he was a big guy. He was, I think he first appeared as the disgruntled jail kid in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
And then, he got Young Guns and Platoon and Hot Shots. Have you ever seen Hot Shots?
I love Hot Shots, yeah.
Hot Shots!
Oh, yeah.
I saw that years before I ever saw Top Gun. So that was my initial reference for that.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah, Hot Shots was better. And of course, he went on to star in 2.5 Men and have a massive drug problem, and now he's HIV positive and staying out of the limelight.
Winning.
Yeah, remember that fucking train wreck? Jesus.
God damn, that was madness.
What was that, man?
I'll never forget my parents just being so disgusted with how he was acting. We'd be at dinner and my parents just be like, oh, that Charlie Sheen. Like, what has he done today?
Jesus.
Something stupid. Oh, he was off his rocker for a second.
My family didn't give a shit. I saw it on YouTube and I was like, this guy's lost his fucking mind. But I'm enjoying this.
Winning.
That was that became like a pop culture catchphrase for a while.
Yeah, there's people with fucking t-shirts.
God.
Of him with sunglasses on it. It said winning. Yeah.
Did you watch the Comedy Central roast of Charlie Sheen?
Oh, yes. I'm a big fan of those roasts.
Me too.
Until they get Amy Schumer on.
Yeah, I don't like
Then
her.
I get upset. She's not a good comedian.
I don't like her at all.
Yeah, she's not good.
No. But those are funny.
Those are great, though. Yeah, the Martin Sheen one is definitely a classic. Charlie Sheen, sorry, yeah.
Charlie Sheen.
Classic one.
Well, he plays Dick in this. He kind of de facto leader of the Regulators.
Regulators!
Dude, I had no idea that quote from Nate Dogg and Warren G's Regulate was from this movie. Yeah, dude. And I lost my shit when he said that. Dun, 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 dun. Yes!
It was, so good. Regulators!
So cool.
Oh, man.
And it's just, it's a fun movie. And it did, so without, other than the kids, you've also got Terrence Stamp as John Tunstall, their mentor, and he's famous, of course, for his role as General Zod in Superman 2.
Yes.
Kneel before Zod, one of my favorites.
Steal your email.
Yes, one of my favorite comic book villains of all time.
Oh, man.
I went through I got a fucking throw pillow.
Yeah.
Kneel before Zod.
I sit on it every Tuesday night when we record, yeah.
I love Terrence Stamp. The dude is fucking badass.
Fucking awesome. Yeah.
And it was so cool to see him. You've also got Jack Palance as the bad guy, Murphy.
Why say no when it's so easy to say yes? Oh, man.
Carl Grisham. Jack, you are my number one guy. Oh, my God. Crazy.
So good.
One of the least deserving Oscar winners ever, I think.
Probably. Yeah.
I've seen City Slickers. He should not have gotten that.
No.
It was a terrible movie.
Much like Marissa Tomei and My Cousin Vinny.
I haven't seen that, so I can't say that yet.
It's a good movie, but what the fuck?
Ugh. But he's a great bad guy in this. Hamming it up to 11 like he always does. And then you got Terry O'Quinn as Alex McSween, the lawyer. I love Terry O'Quinn. Big fan of Lost.
Dude, yeah, I was going to say, John Locke might be one of the coolest characters from that show.
Brilliant.
Just represents so many symbolic things that have been in TV and movies forever. Love John Locke.
Resurrection, prophecy, fate, just all around.
Well, just in the first season, he has that bit where he's talking to Michael, Walt's son.
No, Walt's the kid.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Michael's son. Yeah, Walt. Yeah, Walt. Yeah, you're right. Great father-son duo. But there's that scene where he's like talking about the game.
Yes,
there's a dark side and a light side. And it's like the whole show. It's really cool, really amazing.
Do you think they knew that at the time? The writers? I don't think they did.
I think they knew they wanted to do something on the scope of like, or what happens when we die. What's the big picture? What's the point of being here? Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they knew exactly how it was going to end. No.
But in addition to Lost, Terry O'Quinn is also in a great 80s horror film, The Stepfather.
Yes.
Where he plays this complete maniac who's murdering families after needling his way in there. Great. Fantastic. Terry O'Quinn is one of the most underrated performers in movie history, I think.
He also has a really fun bit in, what's the movie? Old School? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When he's with Luke Wilson, and Luke Wilson finds out that his daughter is like 18 or something, 17, 18, and he had slept with her the night before. And that she's the daughter of Terry O'Quinn, who's the boss. Yeah, it's a fun bit, yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen Old School, but...
What are some other big hits that he had?
Terry O'Quinn?
Yeah.
That's what I was looking up right now.
Oh, Young Guns is right there. It is known for...
Rocketeer.
Forgot
about that. One primetime Emmy. Is that for Lost, I
bet
assume?
it is.
Let's find out.
Boom.
Yep.
2007.
2007. He was nominated an additional 2 other times.
Good on him.
Fantastic, dude.
Well deserved. Wonder what season that was for.
Oh, Falling Skies. Okay, I was going to say, there's another TV show that... I mean, man, everything... Look how many nominations and wins he got for that role. Well, that show alone just got so many people, so many...
Well, and, he doesn't just play John Locke. He plays the Man in Black in the final season.
Exactly.
And it's a brilliant... It's very obvious that it's a different person.
He takes it to the next level.
So smart. So cool. Oh, Castle Rock.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's in something Stephen King.
Recently,
yeah.
He played Warden Lacey.
Yeah.
We had, the most insane suicide...
With some hair, yeah.
Yeah.
There's Falling Skies. Lots of TV shows, man.
Oh, yeah.
There's Old School.
Jag, Alias.
Of course, a TV show called Roswell.
A couple episodes of The X-Files. I remember that.
Yeah. TV movie, TV series. Crazy. So much work he's been doing.
Ghost of Mississippi, Primal Fear.
Oh, yeah, Yance. Oh, yeah. I love Primal Fear. Little Edward Norton. Young Edward Norton. Tombstone, of course.
Tombstone, yeah.
Amityville New Generation, the video game.
There was a... Wait, no, that's direct-to-video.
Oh, sorry. I thought it said video game.
I wish.
I was going to say...
I'd play an Amityville video game.
I didn't know about that. Yeah. Anyways, he's got so many credits.
Oh, yeah. Always working.
But what's great is Young Guns is one of the top 4 on here on IMDb.
Right on.
And here we are.
Well deserved.
Terry O'Quinn. He's probably never got this much praise on a podcast. We love you, man.
Yeah, we do. We do.
John Locke forever. Don't tell me what I can't do!
Dude, did it blow your fucking mind when you found out he was in a wheelchair?
Oh my god,
Like,
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah. So good. Those episodes were you always knew, like, whenever, because they would have the eye, like, you always knew, you're like, oh, we're in for a heater of an episode with whenever it's John Locke.
Might be time for a Lost rewatch.
Just watch a couple, like, old episodes.
So good.
Don't even fucking choose. Just go, like, season 2, episode 7. Boom. Just put it on, and you're like, oh my god, Mr. Echo? Yeah. It's great.
So brilliant.
There's so many cool characters in that show.
I think it's the
We
second
gotta find
time.
a way to do a podcast about Lost.
This is the second time we've gone on about Lost on this show.
Because we both love it. It's one of those shows where it's like, oh, if you've gotten through all 120 episodes, like, all right, good on you.
Oh, yeah. Did you ever play the video game?
I did not.
I did. It was really bad, but it was cool.
I had a feeling. But if they could do that today, if they could make that game today.
Not enough people care anymore.
No. But you and I will buy it.
I would buy it. See, they announced the PlayStation 5. Yeah.
No, dude.
I don't care.
Sucks.
I'm done.
PlayStation 4. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm done with the 4. I'm over.
Well, I don't play a lot of video games.
Me neither.
I
really.
use it mainly for streaming and.
Well, I've got a Roku
movies
now, so I don't.
So do I. We got a Roku too. Changed everything.
It's great.
It's changed the game for us. Yeah. It's great.
Fantastic.
That's the same shit as an Amazon Fire Stick. Like,
But it works so much better.
I just like the convenience of being able to sit in my bed and just like go through fucking countless apps.
Mine's built into the TV. It's pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
Roku TV. It's only like $200.
What a time to be alive.
I'd love it. So, another performer I'd like to point out, Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yes, finally. I would say best for last, in my opinion. This guy ruled. I want him to be in everything because he only adds. You know what I mean? He never takes anything away. It only adds to the awesomeness of every movie he's in.
All right,
love Lou. What do you think about Lou?
I like him. I don't know if I love him, but I do like him. I think he's a decent performer. I enjoyed La Bamba.
Oh yes.
And off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else he's been in.
He reminds me of. Bear with me here. He reminds me of like a Danny Trejo.
Okay.
He's just going to add. He's going to help because he's just a fun guy to have on the screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. That's just me. I don't know. I like the guy. There he is.
Very nice.
Have you seen that with Denzel?
Courage Under Fire, I have not.
And The Big Hit. And La Bamba, and then Young Guns are his top 4 here. Nominated for Globe. Let's find out.
It was for La Bamba.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh no!
No, it was not.
Oh, Stand and Deliver.
Stand and Deliver.
Fuck yeah, that movie's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, Stand and Deliver's great.
I watched that in math class in high school.
In math class, that's great. Watching school.
It was like the last week of school, and they just got tired of teaching us. They're like, let's put on a movie, school related. All right, Stand and Deliver.
Stand and Deliver. Here you go, kids. Yeah, no, he's a fun performer, man. I like that guy.
A while back, I was with my uncle, who's got a bit of film connections, and he got invited to a premiere in San Antonio of a movie called Sanitarium, and it starred Malcolm McDowell, John Glover, and Lou Diamond Phillips.
That's awesome.
They weren't there, regrettably, but I ended up being his date, and we watched this movie, and it was so fucking bad. It was so terrible.
That sucks.
It was an anthology film. LDP was in the final short, where he played a doomsday prepper who was convinced that aliens were going to invade the Earth, and he moved everything he loved into this basement, but nothing ever happened, and his family resented him for it, and they left, but he refused to come out because he thought they were dead. And at that point, I had mentally checked out because it was such a terrible movie, but I watched my uncle like kiss everyone's ass saying like, oh, that was amazing, way to go, Mr. Director, Producer, Writer.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like, you fucking sellout. But
it's one thing if you're selling out to LDP, but if you're just selling out to...
It was my first, like, to date, my only movie premiere that I'd been to. But that's my biggest memory of Lou Diamond Phillips.
That's great.
Might be why I don't have as much respect for him as you do.
Yeah. I can understand how, with the experience you had. My God. That's fantastic.
Oh, my God. Yeah, but he's another guy who gravitated towards TV big time. He had a recurring role on Longmire. Now he's in Prodigal Son, I saw there.
Yes.
I just got recommended that. That got recommended to me today.
Really?
Prodigal Son. But yeah.
Oh, there's Sanitarium. That's what I was looking for.
Yep, right there.
Sanitarium.
Up to the Last Man.
One of my favorite Metallica songs. Sanitarium.
4.6.
Malcolm McDowell, man.
I know. You'd think with all those people behind it, this would have worked. Robert Englund was in it too. I forgot about that.
Jesus. Wow. That's crazy. Well, you've been to a movie premiere. That's cool.
I have. That was fun. So,
hey, Uncle.
Those are the big guys behind Young Guns. So let's start. Let's talk about the story. So, John Tunstall is an Englishman cattle rancher in Lincoln County, New Mexico, and he hires wayward kids to live and work on the ranch. He educates these young men with nowhere else to go. He's a good man, gives these kids a place to stay, something to do, and he runs into this kid, Billy, and decides to help him. He's on the run from somebody, Murphy, a rival competitor for the beef contracts. And this is all true, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a true story. It was rival beef contracts that led to the creation of Billy the Kid. Insane. But Emilio Estevez is Billy the Kid. And he goes to Tunstall's ranch. Tunstall tells him to renounce violence. Teaches him how to earn his keep. He already knows how to read. And on the farm, or on the ranch, Billy meets Doc Scurlock, Kiefer Sutherland, Chavez E. Chavez, Lou Diamond Phillips, Dick Brewer, Charlie Sheen, Dirty Steve Stevens, Dermot Mulroney, Charlie Beaudry, played by Casey Simasco, and they all kind of, they all mesh. Billy's kind of the outsider.
Yeah.
He's the new guy. And who explains to him the regulators thing? Who was that? Was that Steve or Charlie?
I actually don't remember. I think it's Charlie.
Yeah, the line that gets cut and put into Warren G's regulator.
Yeah. So good. So good.
Yeah, regulators, mount up. That's fucking awesome.
So cool. That song is awesome.
Yeah. And there's tension between Tunstall and Murphy. Murphy's Jack Palance. Murphy doesn't like this Englishman getting in on his territory. He owns he draws a lot of water in this town. And Tunstall doesn't draw shit. So, he got it. And, they're going from camp to camp, and Tunstall gets ambushed and murdered by Murphy's men.
Yes, yeah.
And they all witness it. Billy tries to intervene, and they're like, no, there's too many of them, they're going to kill us, so they book it. And they want vengeance. But Murphy's too powerful. He's too well connected. He's got the sheriff in his pocket. He's got the governor in his pocket. But he's untouchable. So they consult Turnstall's lawyer friend Alex McSween, and that's Terry O'Quinn, and he manages to get them deputized and says they're to hand out warrants for the arrest of Murphy's henchmen. But Billy has no interest in serving justice here. He wants revenge.
Yes.
And that leads to some horrific shit for these guys because they're along for the ride. And some newspaper paints Billy as the leader of this gang. And it's crazy. Dick is really the leader here, but Billy's, challenging his authority. He wants revenge. And they go after the first guy, Henry Hill, which made me laugh because of Goodfellas. And
good old Ray Liotta.
This was a true story, too. I remember hearing about this where Billy shot a guy to death in an outhouse.
Oh, shit. That's great.
Oh, shit is right.
Oh, shit. That's damn straight, boy.
Yeah. And that's what starts the legend of Billy the Kid. And along the way, Billy kind of loses his cool and kills one of the regulators, McCloskey, who he believes is a spy. And was it ever confirmed that he was indeed a spy?
Not really. No, he's kind of like... Billy's kind of losing his mind.
Yeah. I wonder if he wasn't a spy. Billy just lost his shit. It's totally possible. Like, Billy has a screw loose in this movie.
That's definitely how I've always read it.
Yeah, for sure. And, so, Billy and Dick are clashing, and they're just like, look, we can't do things this way. This is not how the world works. And Billy's like, it's how my world works. Like, this is what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And they learn from a newspaper that because of their violent ways and what they've been doing, they've been stripped of their badges. Their power has been revoked.
Yes.
And now the law is after them.
Young Guns.
And this paper also thinks that Dick is Billy, and they've been labeling him Billy the Kid, a nickname to which Billy immediately enjoys.
Yeah, of course.
He wants to be an outlaw and wants to be a legend. If
people started calling me Austin the Kid, I'd be like, damn right. The Kid? That's me.
So, local authorities and bounty hunters start going after Billy the Kid and the regulators, and they're arguing about the warrants to go on the run, and they go talk to Alex, and he's like, look, boys, you're fucked. This is it.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to go.
No. Back against the wall, fellas. Yeah.
And I can't be seen with you anymore, or they're going to kill me too. That's the last news you want to hear in that situation. Not only are you on the run from the law, but nobody can help you, and there's no way out.
Yeah.
You are now branded. And Billy's like, well, fuck it. Let's have fun with it. It's crazy, his optimism, if you want to call it that. And one of the men on their on their list is Buckshot Roberts. And this is a crazy fucking scene. One dude rolls up there with 2 rifles, and he's like, all right, I only want the leader, but I'll take the rest of you. Like, who is this guy?
What?
And he takes them all, he almost kills all of them. It's insane.
I know, yeah.
This guy.
Regulate their asses, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He barricades himself in an outhouse, there's a shootout, and Dick gets killed. I did not expect that.
No, especially in an 80s movie, you don't think...
80s Charlie Sheen dying halfway through the movie? What?
No way.
But, it was a hell of a surprise, and I was already paying attention, but now I'm invested. And that was cool. And I'm pretty sure they know they blow Buckshot Roberts apart in that outhouse.
Yeah.
There's no way they were going to let him live after that. So, with Dick dead, Billy takes control of the gang, and the gang becomes famous, and the U.S. Army is brought in, and they're charged with bringing the regulators to justice under Murphy's control. Just keeps getting worse for these guys.
Yeah.
And through all this, Doc is trying to get with this Chinese girl under Murphy's, I want to say, not protection, but he's holding her hostage, basically.
Yeah.
And that comes back and forth, and in the end, they get together, which is nice. That kind of took me out of it a bit, admittedly.
Yeah, that's fair. But plot-wise, yeah.
Yeah. The gang, they manage to get away for a while. They get to Mexico, where Charlie gets married. And while attending the wedding, Billy runs into Pat Garrett.
Woohoo!
And if you don't know the story of Billy the Kid, Pat Garrett is probably the most important character in that story next to Billy himself.
Yes.
But as of now, Pat Garrett's not a sheriff. But he does tell Billy that Murphy's men are going after Alex, and they're going to kill him the next day. But to fast forward a little bit, I think Pat Garrett is the bad guy of part 2, right?
Yeah.
In real life, Billy the Kid and Pat Garrett were friends who were on the same side of the law until Pat Garrett became sheriff and was then charged with bringing Billy the Kid in.
Yeah.
And it was a cat and mouse game that went on for a long time that ended with Pat Garrett shooting Billy down. And it's a great story. It's such a fascinating piece of American history.
Hell yeah. 2 dudes just...
In the film The Kid, Pat Garrett is played by Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
And in this film, he's played by Patrick Wayne. And who plays him in Young Guns 2?
Let me find out. I don't know off the top of my head.
All right.
I also love that because it's one of my favorite Dylan albums. Pat Garrett, Billy the Kid. It's got "Knocking on Heaven's Door" on there. That some people think is unfortunately think is a Guns N' Roses song, but they're incorrect.
I love the song "The Ballad of Billy the Kid" by Billy Joel.
So good. All right.
The town known as Wheeling, West Virginia.
William Peterson.
William Peterson. Oh,
yeah,
Manhunter. Yeah. Very nice. All right. I gotta see Young Guns 2.
Young Guns 2.
That one got nominated for Best Original Song for Bon Jovi's epic Blaze of Glory.
Amazing.
Awesome song.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. Blaze of Glory.
I'm going down in a blaze of glory. Yeah, fuck yeah.
And it won at the Globes for the same.
It did win at the Globes. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nominated for a Grammy. Yeah, wow, look at that.
That was a big hit for Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi, every single nomination is because of him. Every single one.
That's great.
There's one from MTV Music Awards, Grammys, 2020 Awards, Golden Globes. Yeah, wow.
That's hilarious.
All because of John Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi.
Thanks, bud.
Fantastic. Yeah, before I'd seen this, all I knew about the Young Guns movies was Bon Jovi's Blades of Glory. But,
great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So, Pat Garrett gives Billy a warning, and Billy decides, all right, well, we got to go save Alex. And him, Doc, Chavez, and Steve head off. Charlie comes with them, but Billy tells Charlie, like, look, you just got married. You don't need to do this.
Yeah.
You can stay. And he's like, nope. Regulators ride or die. Like, fuck.
Hell yeah.
And so they get to Lincoln. They find Alex, and it was a trap. Murphy's men surround Alex's house, and so the fucking army shows up. Like the bounty hunters, everybody surrounds this house, and the epic shootout begins. Regulators aren't going down without a fight, and it's a great tell us about the shootout. What do you think
it's
about that?
brilliant. It's like choreographed really, really well, and it almost like doesn't fit with the rest of the movie because a lot of it is kind of like cheese and very 80s. And then there's this like climax that's really, really good, and kind of changes your perspective. Now you're like, oh, that was a pretty good movie. Don't you feel that way?
Yeah,
it kind of changes the level of this movie.
It ups the drama. Like I did not expect it to be as climactic as it was.
Exactly. Yeah. Really, really incredible stuff.
Yeah,
and yeah, like you said, these regulators, they got a fallen brother. They're not going down without fucking firing away. And boy, oh boy, do they! It is loud. It's a loud. It's just constant firing. It's really cool. Love those noises. Those classic Western. So cool.
Oh fuck yeah, so cool. Well, it ends with them. The army torches the house, and they have to get out of there. And how they fucking escape was so cool.
It's incredible.
They they start throwing his possessions, Alex's stuff, out of the upper second floor window, and they throw a trunk out of the window. And Billy jumps out of the trunk and starts opening fire.
Yeah,
and it's so cool.
It's shocking. It's so surprising.
Distracts them, and they get out the side door. It's insane.
Throw me in that trunk.
Billy gets shot twice in the arm. Charlie ends up getting gunned down by the bounty hunter John Kinney, but he does take Kinney with him.
Yes.
And that's a pretty great scene.
Hell yeah.
And Chavez...
Eye for an eye.
Oh yeah. Chavez comes up behind with horses. Billy jumps on a horse. Doc gets shot trying to get on another horse, but he managed to get his girlfriend, the Chinese girl Yen Sun, out of there. And they ride off. And Steve, regrettably, is shot and wounded. I think he gets shot to death by the army, regrettably, but Chavez gets away. And Alex, the lawyer, gets shot to death with a Gatling gun, which was fucking overkill. That pissed me off. I didn't want him to die.
Not in that way. Huh?
No, man. And what is probably my favorite scene of the movie, as they're going away, Billy turns back, fires one shot between Murphy's eyes.
Oh my god.
Boom. Oh my god. So satisfying. I thought that Murphy was going to get away with this shit.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I did too for a second, because this movie keeps surprising you.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Pulling out, shit like Charlie Sheen dying. You got Emilio jumping out of a trunk. You got... It's chaotic.
So great.
You got Gatling gun? What the hell?
Yeah, and they get away. Billy, Doc, Chavez all get away.
Those three, yeah.
And the final scene is a voiceover of Doc explaining the aftermath of Billy the Kid's story. Alex's widow became a very powerful land baron herself. Chavez changed his name, moved to a farm in California. Doc moved east to New York, married Yen's son. Billy continued riding until he was found and shot dead by Pat Garrett. Billy was buried next to Charlie at Fort Sumner, and a stranger went to the grave of Billy the Kid late one night, made a carving in the headstone. The epitaph read only one word, pals.
Man, so crazy.
So great. Damn, what a watch.
You gotta love, Connor and I are big fans of, fucking with, like, fiction and, like, true characters and true stuff that's happening.
I would not label this movie a biopic.
No.
But, it's a very exciting reimagining of Billy the Kid's story. That's
exactly. So much fun.
Yeah. Really neat. It was kind of met with mixed reviews upon its release. It's got a 6.9 IMDb score and a 41% Rotten Tomatoes score, which I think is embarrassingly low. I think it's at least a 70.
Yeah, I completely disagree with that. I don't really know where that comes from either, because when you actually watch the film, it totally makes sense, and the cheese and the 80s-ness of it is partly to do because it's actually in the 80s, and because it's a Western, like it's got all these young hip youthful actors. I don't know. I don't really have any problems with it. I think it's a very fun movie, and I would give it a solid 8.
I would too. 8.
Yeah, I love this movie.
I really enjoyed this too. I am looking forward to watching it.
You should tell your mom to check it out.
I'm going to. I'm going to say, you need to check this out again.
Well, we'll see her. I'll see her on Friday.
Yeah.
I'll be able to tell her, hey, Young Guns is better than you remember.
I can't wait to see you and my family talk movies. That's going to be fascinating. Very much enjoyed Young Guns. Is there anything else, any specific scenes you'd like to point out or anything?
No, I just, again, just want to keep saying that stuff like this you need to check out just because it looks cheesy, or, you got Charlie Sheen and Emilio in it. Check it out. It's a fun flick, and again, like Connor was saying, it's a really cool reimagining of a classic character, American character, so.
Yeah, and a little cheese can be fun. I mean, who doesn't like a little cheese? When stuff's too serious, it gets almost uncomfortable sometimes. You need a little bit of humor and a little bit of wackiness,
some pizzazz. Yeah.
Bring your story to life a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, and it works. It works with Young Guns. It works
because in real life, Billy the Kid's story is really sad.
Yeah,
like he got blamed for a lot of shit he didn't do, and he got betrayed by the government. It's really kind of, he was a murderer, but still.
And this Billy the Kid, Emilio, it's fun. It's fun to watch him.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's crazy, man. He's a blast.
I agree. It was one of Emilio's best performances.
It might be his best role. If I really looked at it, I think it might be.
Phenomenal. That is bonus 7. Check out our episode on Maximum Overdrive for more Emilio. And we will see you next week for Trick or Treat.
Can't wait.